There's a great moment in the Mueller report. It might be my favorite moment, most sort of illuminating moment, is when the president of the United States asks his own lawyer, Don McGahn, why Don McGahn is taking notes on a conversation. Quoting here. The president then asked, what about these notes? Why do you take notes? Lawyers don't take notes. I never had a lawyer who took notes. McGahn says he keeps notes because he's a real lawyer and notes create a record. The president said, I've had a lot of great lawyers, like Roy Cohn. He did not take notes. That's how this man operates. The man is the president of the United States. He is so used to acting in sketchy, possibly lawless, possibly criminal or fraudulent ways, he is freaked out by the mere presence of a man taking notes as he's talking. And it tells you a lot about who this guy is. And stuff like that appears over and over throughout the report. Do you remember when James Comey said Trump and his team were like a New York mafia organizations he prosecuted?
I don't mean that President Trump, like a mafia boss, is breaking people's legs or blowing up grocery stores. What I mean instead is that his leadership is all focused on what is best for the boss, loyalty to the boss, and not connected to any of the ethical values outside of the boss. That's very much like a mob family, and it's a style of leadership he's adopted.
Remember when Michael Cohen testified about how the president talks in code?
He doesn't give you questions. He doesn't give you orders. He speaks in a code. And I understand the code because I've been around him for a decade.
And it's your impression that others who work for him understand the code as well?
Most people, yes.
At this point, it's basically a cliche to talk about the Trump administration the way you talk about organized crime, but it's a cliche for a reason. A, they really do act that way. And B, they act that way because it's an effective technique to avoid prosecution. If a guy says, give your brother my regards, and it's understood the brother better pay up this week, it's useful to be able to send the message that way because it's hard to use those words, give your brother my regards, in a court of law as evidence of wrongdoing. That's why mobsters do it that way. Everywhere you look in the Mueller report, you see the president and his people acting like that. Like when in January 2018, Paul Manafort told Rick Gates he had talked to the president's personal counsel and they were, quote, going to take care of us, so don't plead guilty. Or when Trump told then FBI Director Comey, I hope you can see your way clear to letting this go, to letting Flynn go. He's a good guy. I hope you can let this go. Or when Trump asked Rob Porter if he thought Associate AG Rachel Brand was, quote, on the team, and then asked if Brand was interested perhaps in being responsible for the special counsel's investigation and whether she would want to be Attorney General one day. Trump doesn't have to say, go lie for me for it to be a crime. He doesn't have to say, let's obstruct justice for it to be a crime. You judge people on their conduct, not magic phrases. Just ask Lindsey Graham in 1999.
He doesn't have to say, go lie for me to be a crime. You don't have to say, let's obstruct justice for it to be a crime. You judge people on their conduct, not magic phrases.
Trump has always had a kind of feral intelligence, and he's canny enough to avoid the magic phrases. He doesn't write things down, doesn't want his lawyers writing things down, and he maintains at all times plausible deniability. And people who act in ways that shield them from the eyes of the law are, it turns out, people that are difficult to prosecute. Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.